channel. So now there are so many questions coming in between the Anas and Japan lawsuit at US, which eventually the US court etimi awarding $18 million. The amount honorable Kenya Japan say Wintimintia Enfama Anas because wetimi egunenimasi defamation the whole issues the Anas interview with me echo grantee 2021. Now questions be eba amanfo ebisa say how come say Ghana for me no asem na US court anytime air court na so there are answers are able to the amount. Actually there are two conditions are it in my case we air possible US you bet me the whole explanation about aside that other questions any the way forward for Kenya Japan on what to lose case no e na a whole lot of questions are but we say me akiken can seminar boma yet me ever sending the amount so stick and see I have Phoenix Media na first time now waiting and subscribing to channel no now yan shase enti yakwachi in 2018, when Anas Arimiyaw Anas, Timmy dropping expose of friends say number 12, that is expose and what targeting crime and corruption in Ghana football. Eventually, that expose no it me it me implicated several figures, question antechi some political figures via na Agyapong who say or no MPP party akasifo bi etimi into it me rise here. Eso no so betimi akon e de etia Anas e de redeem mpanimfo a ya say wo mudi e wo that documentary no. So in the course of that, no, Kenya Point me started granting interviews. Ahobo came up with other videos. Any other they trying to discredit Anas. Any Nejuma with me air. So Kenya Point it me etwaso. Eko dropping on also the version of number 12 and wait me out to the who watches the watchman and no air targeting Anas specifically. Now mind you, that Kenya Point edia with me the buyer who watches the watchman and Kasano. And no it me Anas it me filing the first lawsuit against Kenya Point. Ewo Ghanaian quarter. Now with me, he demanded 25 million Ghana cedis. Now, eventually, that court proceedings, it course or that court case between Kenya Japan any Anas, Ewo Ghana, judge with me, Etnas and seven so Ewo Ghana and your friend say Justice Eric Ban, et me Ebu as 80 Anas, eventually or two case in Ebu James Sebi, Anas et me are presenting foolish case. Now, judge now with me trans seven so 8 me but two, just say or she share evidence Kenya Japan want to Eddie Aban with me, say indeed, Anas Eddie Nejumano investigations in journalism are 8 me ebb like million amount for so eventually judge no 8 me HSA Anas a dear friend say investigative terrorism or the new media no terrorize amount for what as in me ebo asem we are that 25 million and me ankusi case no ebe foolish case Anas elusu that case no on September 21st 2021 Kenya Japan 8 me ekopie mu US now okọ US no timi grantee interview the announcer newspaper hosted by Daddy Fred or no US in that interview Kenya Japan 8 me ekoye no with me describe Anas as a criminal, a thief, and that way a murderer. With me assist the death of some Chinese nationals in Ghana. Aside that, with me SIT say Anas a hand in the death of Ahmed Swale. I would say a bit of that interview. I can Japan. It me koya ya ene. Et me edinako pimu $18 million a cano imu. I would say TV.
Go to Ahmed Swale. A criminal like Anas, very evil guy. Very, very evil. And he continues to do that. Even under MPP for Sheldon Anas. And so, as far back as February 2018, now we have just been in power for 1 year. Now Anas, Ekosiisen, MPP ministers up. This is somebody you have to believe more than me in Japan. I have all the videos. And I've given you the date, 8 February 2018. Anas, that evil boy, was setting MPP people up to disgrace them. That's how he makes his money. Or blackmailing Kofi. And he saw Ahmed Swale or no akasa or make Gina come crest also or where you crop for on where is journalist or unravel corruption here. Or my country.
On the video Babontain the video Baba too just said and wasema Okan war radio says or bad premises Dibisa among for mono and omote ya wasan and check and a woo ya and one check him one interpret about the cartoon page and a man for chance here interpret
I'm guessing Unin nipa assume he said me nam the kotu ho na ma obi akoye wo a woni ne yadwuma enipa no ewu ye within 20 minutes me na maintain po now who dia kotu social media or the tools no. Did he even say good things about Ahmed Swale? No sympathy, nothing. And when I say he's behind it because he wanted to divert attention. One, Adentina asemasi. Police investigation kura nyankoso. Now what's sending message to a congressman here? Some me can't say anything. Well, I don't Ghana for Magini Susasana. Ghana for Magini is Susasa. A criminal like that. Now where nipa one who anas a kum Chinese pokumu. Now me call court me kind.
I know you need proof until honor your PM for honor to
change. Me want proof when I can't please. I have
fast proof for no police for honor yen try no so cra. Nya but honor yen twa so until honor yen twa inside.
No, crash it. I think Mr. Me want proof. I have all the videos of the Chinese people. What are you talking about? My court to crack can I radio so I've gone to court and stated it clearly. Why are you afraid? Why? And they are comfort to say Anas or Jim Kofon Sasi, Roman sisters, now we are soldier phone paying for you. I will talk. And the a problem. And I mean, my catcher will say, Mimi say, once I'm fighting for the truth, there be I'll get enemies. And the
Ebra interview it me drop here and Anas it me Eddie and some could US court. Now, a hand our babies I say, Eddie and Anas amber back to Ghana, I'm fucking Japan, I'm Ghana. Ebia, if you say, oh, we are Ghana court on a sebi corruption womb, and answer Anas any GD womb, no. But the man asked it me in some US court, and they said, based on 2 instances, and a case, air qualified to be ruled and also to be judged in a US court. Now, the first instance, they said, if Anas could establish the defendant, which in this case, Japan, were ties to the US Ebia by business, by residential permit, with meeting the US as a citizen, Ebia or links to be any form of ties or to US. No? And in this case, according to speculation, HM said, Honorable Japan, Japadia Besemi and San US Emmanuel established ties to the United States and to know NMA Anas in part with me education US court. Aside that, another angle 18 Urban say the platform and the jurisdictional show now Canada point to me court now so Eddie Femi Anas to 18 course. So in this case, Daddy Fred no US. The show was hosted on the US soil. Canada Japan as at the time and granting interview so also US and also it me another instance Anas it me union lawyers so key case no US court it me at so eventually me US court. Now court no it me transem so I say from 2021 wo baby ban asem na ye up and down what I say ye kwaba Germans near dia and rather and I just say story it me drop here say eventually there's been a final ruling on this particular case. Now we had videos from the courtroom a buy and I say Anas honorable Kenya Japan and then the lawyers and we friends say Rafa Japan and some Ghanaian lawyers be normal it me can say now mind you a brand some US court no Anas Aremia Anas for the first time NTN could be more court or wait the signature air mask na yinim the beat na yinim no but this time with a prosthetic air mask men can say it no she nose mask and kasa and was spectacles and na nitino uhunanim na enye the original Anas and I say original nipa a prosthetic that is what we heard say no it me course it wo hwene na it's slightly different na hwene no aye style bia say we die it is not the original fees what I say we be say this is not my real fees so Anas and the lawyers it me kopie mu eventually the final ruling it me by where by na say US court no it me atna say ehun say Anas Aremia Anas with me deserve $18 million as settlement from Canada Japan. Now 3 angles and a court no 8 me trans e share ya or Multimedia Wode sika wi. Court no 8 me e share their friends say actual damages. Now actual damages no e nsem na honorable Canada Japan e keken kan e that interview no so no. The immediate impact and as a direct impactor it me edebre Anas ni dwumadi as an investigative journalist. Ebia egu na dwuma anim ase amana dwuma abra se kofom affecting dwuma no in any way shape or form affecting the character and no air the actual damages. And based on that, the court it me say honorable Canada Japan able to me $5 million. And then court no it me shade offense presumed damages. Now presumed damages no yet directly affecting Anas as of now, but be a future occurrences and be a court no say based on some now honorable Canada Japan kind e bet me e dia ba Anas so so e bet me e dia ba presumed. And no else no court no it me say honorable Canada Japan it me another $5 million. Intimi Enfampata Anas on presumed damages. Into the third instance, their friends say punitive damages. Now, punitive damages no assumption ankasa aside the damages are waiting me will depend on the character in the Jumasono. Court will 8 me shower more say 2 eguso, which made me say it's a form of deterrent. Bet me at Daho. Now, I am just was said that no will be intimate and also into intimate quiet money. No, so I'm that same for. So punitive damages no court etimi second Agyapong etimi tua $8 million etimi fa ono fama anas arebe anas e woni nsem otimi kan ho no na buso eba ruling ne eba any videos eba abonte any stories na eba no anas arebe anas ne lawyer you grant interview credit to Loud Silence Media Emma with me cheche and say kakra buso yenko ne yemra yeba then we look at den what is the way forward for Agyapong was our case yeti anas arebe anas ne lawyers and so ensem otimi di tu da case we especially on the $18 million no ensem
complaint na the coin no yeah claim for $30 million $30 million.
Yes, okay.
Yes, and what I'm saying is that at the before the mandatory settlement conference or before the jury is empaneled, even though my client had firmly informed me he had no intention of settling this case because he believes that he ought to go to a jury of his peers to clear his name. But maybe let's just prepare our settlement memorandum, be thorough and be reasonable.
Yeah.
And even though he protested, I prepared a settlement memorandum that sought to settle this case for $18 million US. Okay. Now you do settlement conference, papa about court. Now the lawyers say what he was willing to settle this matter for, and they said $10,000. So honestly,
it's clarification is very, very important. Normally Ghana.
Okay.
Into Mukodru Hono, Anas initially, ne kind simple street language, and the damages are not paid around $30 million. And the
yes.
client and Anas Kasa say a woman saw for $30 million, and yes, he can't all pay. In fact, he wants his name to be cleared, and then any priority of going to court.
Yes.
But because of the experience, now unim Sibia and your Matiano, no client here and ask Kasai and say it will be better and to be reasonable to at least settle on $18 million. And I'll say, no client and us, you did not really agree, but because he respects you as his counsel and as a lawyer, you people ended up around that money, around that figure, which is $80 million.
So I was surprised, you have a panel buy and also no bit $10,000 to end the case.
No.
I arbitrator who said no, some way I'm sure so I can kind people, So he said basically go and take your gamble in the courtroom. So that's how we ended up going to trial. There was a component you multiply 18 million by 5 money do 90 million for a total of about
that was the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah. Because
to do that. Okay.
Yes. And then you decided to say back to your board with coming public with the finding of culpability on Thursday.
Yeah.
We ended up leaving that alone. A pursuit of ×5 because almost file emotions be I just say or say to a boss na in terms of that and sana say one way or another I go back I could pursue that ×5 and I say depending on what happens say be I bit me German and cafe. But at this time almost my court no say into Schwar.
Okay. So at this point, Oma Makote who say Ombeba 80 million or Omo Pentiswo. How many days do they have to file that?
Okay. So at this point, the next thing that's going to happen is that there's going to be a paper, a judgment. I just say court reading seal better so.
Yeah.
That will take a few days, and then after that, I believe there's a 5-day rule that's within which you can file that motion. So a bay motion, depending on how that motion goes,
okay.
We would get a chance. We may get a chance to attempt to get our ×5 of that 18 million, or a big jam and a. So depending on how that motion goes,
So for now,
yes.
18, Obintiminka said that is the end of the case. It depends.
No, it's not because hypothetically, so much to grab back 10, we still have the opportunity to go for ×5.
That is 50. Okay.
Yeah, into call extra 50 plus. Yeah, hypothetically, so much to back 10 we can go for another ×5.
So with your lawyer no krana, it tells you say Anas Nankasa initially with me pay 30 million. The lawyers no 8 minutes who say omo enim gimu no, they feel say 18 million will be feasible. Na etimi I redeem Anas the image Agyapong etimi asay no. So they went in for $18 million omo etimi de kotu dwa wochem say initially kra na nas ebu entimi edwo so now lawyer no etimi koso chechem say sika no kra no enko mutimi pese omo ko hash omo timi hwe other angles are they could even multiply by a certain number yes sika no could be going or heading to around $90 million move on sense we wetimi at it now abusia obi bisa say what is the way forward for Kennedy Japan say no ombetimi ayedai. Now there are 3 instances and Kennedy Japan so and then lawyers ombetimi aye assistance now so say another $80 million no has been a mere pronouncement intimi taking effect esa chenchina wintimi enkotua based on niyema ayetete any info ayetimi gather say no honorable Kennedy Japan enso e what 3 instances on so ebetimi UCC. One, and say ombetimi akọ for ABR enteso others say they may request the court to reduce the damages on grounds that they are excessive or disproportionate ombetimi argue say court no intimate so because ABR asotwe no sika na too much $80 million esonodo and I say disproportionate ombetimi make the argument na ABR omo weni court no etimi ateso. Now the second one enso say ombetimi ayusu ade offense motion of mistrial which yet it is no na say honorable Kennedy Japan and the lawyers omo etimi eye. Now, motion of mistrial no, and say ombetimi appoint holes in the judgment. Ombetimi cite some procedural errors bi ewo ruling no mu and I say judgment no na so ombetimi ade argue omo case na ebia omo etimi ade anyante so and I say ombetimi akwachi case no. It depends on the outcome of that particular motion ombetimi afile no. Now the third one ombetimi cite ade offense jurisdictional challenges. And no and say there is a similar defamation case etimi akoso between Anas and Kennedy Japan ewo Ghana ha judge etimi abogu. And they also argue say SNK case no etimi eba it take it place ewo Ghana ha what I say so eno another argument o metimi ameki ewo case by ni nyina no ejina the outcome ebetimi aba bet say fan say 3 avenues we nyina etimi failure then we are looking at Kennedy Japan wetimi etua $18 million ediama Anas aremia Anas because wetimi akọ grant interviewer edifemi Anas. Now another question so and say okay na sika no kra wan tue because US into wan tue no fi US back Ghana. Now, mind you, say honorable Kennedy Japan, sources HM say or Japade ewo US. So when you are the US court no, any lawyers for Anas, ebetimi ako siki court approval, then omo etimi sisi honorable Kennedy Japan, the Japade wo US, which of course yet it is the number 3 properties. Ombetimi sisi wo na omo edi etua ekanu ebi ebetimi atibi, but eventually sa any betimi akoso. But yenim because they are lawyers, we can actually tell the actual outcome. And to say ombetimi take those steps so as and when any step be abetimi aba further will case you betimi make sure say you be more update medin edc ke have Phoenix Media stick and see any of first time on the channel be na sure so betimi subscribe to channel aside that the comment section is also open betimi ask your comment will ensem we ehun ye be so di achi na yeti for now yate Anas ne lawyers ensem ombetimi icon ka will case no ye be so follow up say be nya Kennedy Japan especially when you offense lawyer Ralph Japan ebi ono so betimi a grant interview no so next course of action etimi abetuja ye betimi keep you updated ewo ensem no ehun so say na yenim so far ewo case no as to why court no and as a court case no etimi court so US no is because honorable Kennedy Japan has substantial ties to the United States. In this case Oyerepa ewo aside that case no and as a interview no etimi grant etimi de court asem no it take place ewo US what I say on that different Schwar because we US or also a Ghanaian resident or no US. So these are reasonable or enough proof ebetumi ama case no akoso US. So that particular questions na by the busia kakra yinim ho no mentimi na wasese unya abre edemame